Hi there, I'm Stuart Booth.
Hi, I'm Steffi Kober.
I'm Ed Boquette.
Hey, my name's Jordan Cameron.
Hi, I'm Tim Hyde.
And I was the project coordinator for the Memorial Chamber Altars Replacement Project.
And I'm a conservation technologist.
I guess resident Heritage Metals conservator here at Heritage Grade.
For Heritage Grade, I'm a fabricator for them.
A proud project manager for Heritage Grade.
Honoring veterans is something that's really important to me, and I wanted to do my part to help honor them.
Have the privilege to work on such an important project as commemorating our fallen soldiers.
My family has a fairly military background, so working on this project, working on this monument, this memorial, was a very emotional thing for me.
It's a great way to remember, I think, all the fallen soldiers.
Because of the job and the immense importance to Canada, I felt very privileged.
The one thing that I was worried about was executing the work to the satisfaction of the artist that came up with the concept. That was my primary concern.
An expert foundry that did lost wax casting, which would create a superior cast finished product. We needed a glass case manufacturer to manufacture the glass cases, and we needed a stone carver to manufacture the tabletop.
It's the history of the room, because the materials, the stone, the bronze, the style of the design, all heralds back to very definite choices that were made in the construction of the original room. So these are not altars that are just plunked down into a room. They were designed to be in harmony with the original design intent of the original chamber. The materials chosen were similar, if not the same as, materials used in the construction of the original altar. So it's that whole chain that I think was respected very nicely.
You need to look at that whole room, from the stones to the altars to the metalwork. Putting all those components together was was very challenging.
The brass with shell casings, many of the stones in the floor came from battlefields that Canadian soldiers fought and died on. The stone altar and altar tops came from a very specific place in Belgium. They actually allow the design of the floor to be viewed more prominently, which was covered in part by the temporary altars that have been there for the last 50 years. There's a lot of history when one gets into researching these materials.
The biggest highlight that they should look at would be the stone carving with the lettering. That's like hand-carved letters, excellent execution by Smith & Barber. And the other thing to look at would be the poppies on the table and the highlights on the poppies that were done by Ed Boquette, our metal conservator. Most outstanding features of those altars to me, and I think they'll stand the test of time.
And we were made responsible for having the castings produced, assembling the castings, finishing the castings, having the stone carved and sized to fit both our bronze table and the museum quality glass cases that were being manufactured in Quebec. So all of these things were brought together in the end and assembled into the final table.
I found that it's one of those things that when my kids go and see the parliaments on their grade 8 trips, they're going to be able to go in there and I can say, I did this.
To work on the memorial chambers, to work on heritage projects is very, very important to me. To pay tribute to the people that have worked before me and to preserve heritage in the future.
I think it's quite an achievement for myself and for Heritage Grade to have executed work for Phil White, the Dominion sculptor, who's probably one of the best sculptors in Canada right now. To be trusted with executing this work far outweighs any sort of monetary compensation we got for doing the work.